Now you are familiar with the Revit origin points, survey point, project-based point, and the internal origin, and you are also familiar with the use case of each one of them. Where actually all of those points located in Revit and how I can show them? First of all, let's open a project from scratch in Revit, and I will show you what is the default location of those points. So I will just create a new project in any template. It doesn't matter. I want to show you the default in Revit. And then you go to the side view. Why I go to the side view? Because you can see your project-based point and survey point directly without trying to show them. But anyways, if those points are hidden in any view, like as you can see here, I'm in level 1, I cannot see those points. You can show them by visibility and graphic, VV, on your keyboard. And then you go down to the site and then check on the site and make sure that the point that you want to show already there. So here is the first point, the internal origin that I talked about. And here is a project-based point, and here is the survey point. You hit apply, and as you can see, the default of Revit that all of those 3 points together on top of each other. As you can see here, if I clicked on those 3, in the filter I can select the project-based points, survey points, but I cannot select on the internal origin. You cannot snap it, actually. You cannot select it and move it anywhere. But the project-based point, it's flexible like any like a project element. You can move it anywhere you want, and the same for the survey point. If you select it on the survey point itself, I will use the filter. As you can see here, I still can move it around, so it's like model elements with me. But the internal origin, and that's why I told you, you cannot change the location of the internal origin. You see, you cannot move it. We talked about the best practice. Best practice, I told you, the internal origin and project-based point on top of each other. Just let's move the survey points a bit. And the survey point, we deal with it later because it's not file or it's not project related, it's site related. So the survey points, actually, I will show you how to get the right coordinates of the survey points automatically from the site file. But for now, let's focus on those two. Pause the video and just remind yourself of the use case of each one of them. What is the use case of the project-based point and the internal origin? So the internal origin, we talked about linking purposes. The internal origin, it gives you more accurate and easy linking between different Revit models, or also between, mainly actually, between the CAD file and, between the CAD drawings and your Revit. But before I show you how to use the internal origin for linking purposes, let's see, if I am creating a project from scratch, what is the best practice? Like we talked that project-based point and the internal origin should be on the top of each other. And then you will start to create your grids. So when you create your grid, make sure that this will be an intersect between 2 grids. So now we created a grid 1, then we create a grid, let's call it A, and this will be your start point. So you make sure that the project-based point is an intersect between 2 axes, and also the internal origin is an intersect between 2 axes. You can easily locate them in different CAD files, and as we said, the axis is one of the things that is common between all of the disciplines that are working in the same file, in the same project. So it's very important if you're creating your project from scratch to do that, to create your axis according to this point. But what if you already have your project, and this is our case here, as you can see my project here. Let's just let's go to the view, like I'll just go to the layout view. And as you can see here, I have here my survey points, has 0 and 0 origin, 0, 0 coordinates. It doesn't matter now where this survey point is located. It's just there. Later on, this is going to change. But let's see the project base point and the internal origin. They had because it's a special case, as I told you. Sometimes they are not the intersect between two axes. This project was a special case, and it was some point in the basement, like the sump pit. But anyways, it's not relative right now. It's a different point. It's in a different location, and that's why they created this two reference plans, so they can easily locate this point on the project. So, but anyways, it was the same concept. The internal origin and the project base point was on the top of each other. So now let's see how we can use the internal origin for accurate and fast linking between AutoCAD and my Revit project here. So let's go to AutoCAD. And let's open one of the floor plan, which is the ground floor plan. And let's see. As you can see here, it's already finished drawing, but they have located the internal origin and the project base point. It's indicated here in this drawing. So the most important thing now, so you can be able to link this drawing in CAD easily without any problems, to check the coordinate of this point. So let's click ID and click on this point. As you can see here, I have like I have some coordinates, but they are not the correct coordinates. What I mean by the correct coordinates, first of all, because when you are linking with internal origin, the internal origin in AutoCAD, it's the 0 point actually, which means now we are going to link internal origin to internal origin. You have to move the whole CAD drawing to the 0 point. Like this should be 0 and 0. How to do that? So you select on the whole drawing, and then you move the drawing and click on this point, because this point is my reference point and should go to the 0 and 0. And then you go down here in the command bar and you write 0 and 0, 0 and 0 and 0. And then zoom to fit again, and you check by the ID command, ID, click on it. I now have this point at 0 and 0 and 0. Now this file is ready to be linked to Revit. You first of all zoom to fit when you have the whole drawing, which means sometimes could be something here, some stuff here. So if you zoom to fit, like double click on your scroll, if you cannot see only your layout or your drawing, that means this file needs to be cleaned. So you clean the file, zoom to fit. Second check, you go to the ID command and you check on the coordinates here. If it's 0 and 0 and 0, so you are ready to link this file. Then you save the file, Control S, you close it. Now let's go to Revit, and now let's link this file here in this view. You go to Insert, then you go to Link CAD. I'll just not save for now. locate your file. So I located my file here, and it's important to now make it auto origin to internal origin. It will be easy. Now you don't have to move the or align your file anymore. You just select this option, and let's place it at this level, and then I will select open. What I noticed is that this file now came exactly to the right place. Not only that, and this option is only by the internal origin linking. As you can see, the CAD file has been pinned in place, because this option is only available when you're doing linking by internal origin, because Revit detect that you want more accurate linking processes, so he will pin automatically the file once you bring it to the place. And maybe it's not so obvious. I'll just give it a bit offset. Let's give it 500 millimeter, so I can see it better. So as you can see here, it's exactly the same place of my CAD file. So I didn't have to align, I didn't have to move, I didn't have to do anything. It just came in the right place. So just to summarize what I was talking about. First of all, you have to separate your file. Like if you have here the whole drawing, you have different floor plans, you have sections, you have elevation, so on. You have to separate all of them. So each one should be in a different AutoCAD file. And then you have to clean your file. If there are any lines, circle, or anything away from your layout or away from your drawing, you have to delete it and clean your file. So when you zoom to fit, which is a double click on your scroll wheel, you see only your drawing. So this is the second step. Third step is to move the whole drawing to be in the 0 and 0 and 0 relatively to the internal origin, because I know exactly the location of the internal origin in Revit. Maybe in your case it will be that you will know it's the intersect between those two axes. So let's move this point. I'll just move it here. Maybe this is your case. It will be intersect, and which actually is a better workflow. So you will know exactly that the whole drawing needed to be moved to this point, to the 0 and 0 and 0 according to this point. So you will move, click on this point, and you displacement 0 and 0 and 0. So this is the third step. Then you will save your file and close. Go to Revit, link, and when you're linking in Revit, you make sure that you are linking according to the origin to internal origin.